Now, just like headings, Microsoft Word has also got a beautiful feature of columns, where you can divide any content on your page into two columns. So let's look at this page. Let's open brochure 2. You should be able to see the file now. Yes. And I've got a lot of content over here. If I feel like converting any of the content here into two columns. So for example, in this case, benefits of swimming ending with 5 to 95. Benefits of swimming 5 to 95. I selected these two paragraphs from my document and I decided I want to convert them into two columns. After I select it, I simply go to insert. Under insert, there are no columns. Under insert, there are no columns. Let's go to layout. There you go. Just because I want to insert two columns does not mean that columns will be under insert. वो default नहीं है. Columns is come under layout. Why is it under layout and not under insert? Is because column is a part of layout aspects of your document. It is not an additional object that you are inserting in your file, but you are just changing the layout of your document. That's the reason why column is under layout. Okay, it's not just because उनको layout के नीचे रखना था तो layout के नीचे रख दिया है. It's under layout for a purpose and a reason, because columns are considered to be a part of layouting your document. That's why it's under layout. I go to columns and I just choose 2. Look how easy and simple it was. Very simple and easy to convert my normal paragraphs into 2 columns. I can convert anything if I want into columns in my document. So question number 8 is about breaks. You can see it must be open in front of your screen now. It says brochure 3, add a page break in front of the spotlight article, a continuous section break in front of the locations article, and a column break before the subheading for competitive swimming. We have got 3 different types of breaks. Okay, just like how you have brakes in your car, no? वैसे Word में भी brakes है. Why I'm connecting it with a brake of a car is because the page breaks or the section breaks or the column breaks basically does what is it moves your text either to the next page or moves it to the next column or keeps it in the same page but creates a divide, what we call an invisible divide. Okay, so that you know exactly which part of your chapters, okay, are in one group and which part of the other chapters are in the second group. So by creating a page break, what you're doing is you are just moving your matter from one page to the other. By creating a section break, what you're doing is you're grouping some paragraphs of your pages in one group and some paragraphs of the other page in the other group by creating a section break. And a column break is basically breaking your column into 2 pieces, okay, so that the headings automatically move from one column to the next. Now I've opened this file called brochure 3 and let's see how each one is applied, right? So you can see my file now called brochure 3 and let's go step by step. So let's go to spotlight. So we click on before spotlight and here he tells me to give a page break. So I go into something known as, if I go to insert, it gives me a page break, see? But if I go to review, there is nothing like this. If I go to mailings, there's nothing like this. If I go to references, there's nothing like this. There is insert here, but different inserts, citation, footnote. If I go to layout, over here I've got breaks. Now I always tell you that the button comes under one heading, not because it's supposed to be there. It comes under a heading because it has got a meaning attached to the heading. Reason breaks is under layout is because it's concerning the layout of your content or the matter that you have typed. So under layout, I've got breaks. When I click on breaks, it has got all the different types of breaks. There is a page break. There is a column break. There is a section break. There's text wrapping, correct? So after Spotlight, he's telling us to give a page break. So if I go and put a page break, my Spotlight paragraph has moved from the page to the next page. That means basically you're moving the last paragraph to the next page. Now let's come to the second part of the question. The second part tells us continue section break in front of locations. So location already is on the other page. And there's already some space which is given over here. All he's telling us to do is give a section break over here. So I'll go to breaks and I will say continues, not next page, but continues. Why continues? Because I want location to not move. Location did not move. Location is there only. But there is a section break which you cannot see right now. As soon as I go to my paragraph mark, you will be able to see it. See, you can see it now. Section break continues has appeared as soon as I switch on my paragraph mark. Competitive swimming, it should automatically come on the other side of the column. Press my cursor before competitive swimming. I do the same thing. I go into layout, I go into breaks, and this time I go into the column break. And there you go. It has moved to the next column. So this is the correct way of formatting a document. People used to always ask me, Word में सीखने के लिए क्या है? All of these things are very important when you are creating any document. Whether you're making a 2-page document or a 50-page document, you should know where to apply a page break, when to apply a section break, when to apply a column break. You should not be using the traditional way, bhai enter दबा के काम करना है, because you are creating unnecessary paragraphs, which end of the day is going to affect your formatting in the long run. So it's always better use these features to create the spaces that you want to create. Question number 9. Question number 9 is all about margins, orientation, and styles. This question is divided into parts A, B, C, D, E. There are 5 sub questions under this. So let's open this file, brochure 4, and then let's start with the questions. All right. Okay. So I've opened my brochure 4. Okay. First, let me share the question. So the first part of the question says, change the left and right margins of the current section in the document to 0.75 inches. So he's telling us to change the left and right margin of the current section of the document. That's the first part. Second part says, set the paper size of this document to legal. Make sure all 4 margins are set to 0.75 inches. Okay. First part, he tells us to try changing the margins of the section. Second part, he tells us, please make it into a legal document and see to it that the margins are 0.75 inches. Third question tells us, change the orientation of the document to landscape. Okay. Fourth part of the question tells us, apply an elegant style set to this document. And the fifth part tells us to set this document to print with moderate margins. Now, all these questions that I have read out are totally related with the document before it is going to get printed. That means how you want to print is based on these questions. So let's start with the first question where he says change the left and right margins of the current section to 0.75 inches. So this is my file now. So I will just click on the first page because he's not specified which section or which page. After I click the first page, I will go into something known as layout and I will go to margins and I'll go to custom margin. After I go to custom margins, I will change my margins to 0.75 inches, 0.75 inches, from all sides 0.75 inches and 0.75 inches. Even though it was in centimeters, I just put that inverted commas and I can apply inches to it. And I click on OK. Before that, I will check where it's going to get applied. So it's getting applied to this section. That's the question. I'll say OK. Margins have changed only on the first section. That was the first part of our question. Now I'm going to the second part of the question where he says the document should be legal. वो simple. किसमें जाऊंगा मैं? Size में जाऊंगा और legal कर दूंगा. Right or wrong? Saying the document should be legal. तो मैं legal करता हूँ. मैं legal कर दिया. Why is it that the first page only is bigger and the others are not big? Because when I applied the page to be legal by going over here, this is what you would do na. You would go to size and say, sir, legal kar diya maine sir. Wrong kyun aa raha hai answer? Because once your document has got sections, whenever you will apply a size, it will get applied only to the section. Watch. See what it says. Apply to this section. Dekho. The first page is legal and the second page is A4. So I have to go here and choose whole document and then click OK. Now watch. Ho gaya. Done na? If you are using sections in your document, do not change the size from here. Go into more paper sizes. Choose the document size from here. Choose whole document and then click OK. Then it will apply to the whole document. If you try to use the shortcut button from here and this, it will not apply to the whole document. It will apply only to one section. Where he says to apply a particular style. No, he tells us to change the orientation. Sorry. In part 3 is very simple. Orientation ko landscape kar do. That's a part number 3. So we just go to orientation and choose landscape. That's part number 3. The fourth part of the question tells us to apply a style to the document. Now this is a very interesting thing in Word again. There are certain styles given to us in Word. So if I go to design, I've got something known as themes. Here I've got different themes. Basic elegant, basic simple, basic stylish, black and white capitalized. This for each one, the format is changing. See? इसमें अंडरलाइन आ गया, इसमें भी अंडरलाइन आ गया वो पर्टिकुलर कलर, इसमें ब्लू पट्टा आ गया. Are different styles. And there is also something known as themes. Very interesting again. First let's go to styles. Well, the question talks about styles here. So he tells me to apply a basic elegant style to this document. So I'll go here and I'll just see basic elegant कौन सा है. ये मेरा basic elegant. I'll just click on this, and you'll notice without selecting, did I select anything? Because you are using an existing template of the software, you don't have to worry about selecting anything. It will pick up any design. Watch. One click and the whole design of a document can be changed. Look, isn't it amazing? Good, no? Text को text दे देगा, कहीं पे blue color का पट्टा दे देगा. You see, these are the different type of styles that Microsoft Word is giving us. So I go to themes, I choose a particular theme. For example, this I chose. Yeah. And then you realize you don't like this theme that much. So what you do is this: you go to colors, and you have so many different colors. You say, "Chalo, let's try some other color." You try another color. Then you go to font. You say, "Arey, chalo, let's try some other font." Then you change the font like this. Okay? So these are the features you should be knowing in Microsoft Word, right? Now, let's go to the next question. So this was your themes and making you understand about the different styles. Okay. Now I'm coming to the fifth part of the question, where he tells us nothing but to set the margins as moderate margins. So this is very simple. He tells us to go to layout and go to margins. Margins are something which have been created as a template. Narrow. This is a template. All are 2.54, 2.54, 2.54. Normal, right? Narrow is 1.27. Moderate is 2.54 top, 2.54 bottom, and left and right is 1.91. Wide. See, every name has got a different margin setting. These are our ready-made templates. Footer, which is a very simple topic to cover up, but I'm just showing it to you all. We can work with header and footers in a very simple way. I'll open one file, brochure 16, and I'll just show you all how header footer works. So I've opened up brochure 16. You can see it. And here he's telling us to insert a header and footer. So I'll simply I can go to insert and header and footer, or I can go to layout. And under layout, do I have header footer? No, I don't. So the only option I have is to go to insert, choose header or footer, whichever I want to choose. Suppose I choose header. I've got ready-made headers. Okay. Which I can choose. These are ready-made headers. Okay. After I choose that, I've got options, whether you want it to appear on the first page or no, whether you want different odd and even pages for your header footer. Okay. What do you want to insert? Date, time, document info, page number. Do you want to insert a picture? You can insert anything in your header footer. Suppose I say I want a different first page. So मेरे first page पे header footer आएगा ही नहीं. I'll straight go to my second page. And you notice this blue color patta has come in the second page. See this? Document title. ये blue patta first page पे नहीं है. Because I told him I want to start from the second page. That's why the blue patta came from the second page. Here I can put whatever text I want. Okay. I can type over here, up, down, athletic club. So this is a particular format which will appear everywhere. Same way, see it's come on every page, up, down, athletic club. ऐसे color में आ गया. Same way I can go and I can also go to insert, and this time I can take a footer if I want. Footer again has got ready-made styles. I can choose a particular style. Let's say I choose this one. So he says page 2 of 5. So he automatically मुझे page numbers दे रहा है. 2 of 5, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, along with the header like this. So I can have customized headers like this. In this itself, I can change this also. I can change this to align it to the left-hand side. And I can also decide to add a date. So I'll press the tab key on my keyboard. Tab से मेरा cursor other side आ गया. I'm going back to design, and I'm going to say I want to put the, let's say today's date. So I'll choose date and time. How do you want the date to come? I want to suppose this way. Update automatically means every day the date will automatically change. If I say no, I want only today's date, so people know that today was the day when I created this file. I will switch this off. If I keep this on, कभी नहीं पता चलेगा कि कौन से दिन पे मैंने फाइल क्रिएट किया था. That's why I switch it off. And I get my date. If I feel there is more place, I'll press the tab key and see no, it doesn't go beyond this. That's where it ends. I'll double click outside. Every page will have today's date of the file when I created this file. This is how I can work with headers and footers and create different headers, footers for my documents. Okay, based on existing templates as well as adding my own content to it.